He said, for these 2 years has the famine been in the land, and there are yet 5 more years. He said, God sent me before you to preserve the posterity of the earth and to save many lives. I'm going to close with this. I'm going to ask the worship team if they can come and just back me up. I want you to see what happens here, church. When Joseph stands before his brothers and his brothers finally stand before Joseph, I want you to hear the words that come out of his mouth. He says, don't be upset. Don't be mad.
That's good. That's good.
Because what you meant for evil,
God meant for good.
You see, when God has a plan for your life, it doesn't matter what the enemy plans. I said, when God has a plan for your life, it doesn't matter what the enemy plans. Because what the enemy meant for evil, God will always turn it around for your good. And if you're going through a dark season, church, if you're going through a dark time, family, I'm here to let you know it's time to dream again. It's time to praise again. It's time to seek the Lord again. Joseph said, look, watch. He said, you guys thought you did this, but it was all part of God's plan.
Come on.
You see, when Joseph first started his story back in Genesis chapter 37,
Yes.
he starts off by saying, I had a dream, and my sheep, and I, and my, and I, and my. But once he's older and wiser and he knows better, he said, it wasn't you and it wasn't me. God. It was God. I feel the Holy Ghost. See, Joseph got over himself, and he got over the hurt, and he got over the abuse. And he was older and he was wiser and he was able to look at his family and his brothers and said, you know what? I'm here today not because of you. I'm not even here because of me. God sent me. God sent you here. Wasn't your dad. Wasn't anyone else. God sent you here to save many people alive. To save many people alive. To save many, and there's hundreds, and there's thousands, and there's tens of thousands that can attest. I love that. He said, you know what? At first I thought it was me. And then I thought it was you. And what you did to me. And now I know that I am where I am by the grace of Almighty God. God sent me before you. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. I came here this evening, I came here tonight with a word from God for somebody. And his word for you this evening is, it's time to dream again. Maybe you were sold, maybe you were abused, maybe you were hurt, maybe you were betrayed, maybe you were left for dead, maybe you were put in prison. I mean, look at all the things that Joseph went through. 20-something years later, he's standing finally in the fulfillment of what was his dream when he was just a teen. Right? And he says, but God. Oh, I feel that. But God. Had the devil had his way, you'd be 6 feet under, but God. Had the devil had his way, you'd be on Skid Row, but God. Had the devil had his way, you'd be in life, in prison, but God. Somebody shout and say, but God. But God. But God. It's not just about you, but it's about you and you and you and you, and it's about all the people. into the dream that God has given you.